Several major literary genres dominate the works that we group under the rubric of the American Renaissance. Some of these types were among the most well-represented forms of literature during the antebellum period, while others were more marginal. While the term genre can help us demarcate literary history through what we call periodization, the genres found in this particular moment cross the temporal boundaries created by literary critics. So what is a genre? A genre is related to, but distinct from, a literary movement. Rather than a codified set of principles or formal elements, a genre loosely organizes our expectations of a particular text. A genre is essentially a compact between author and reader. It provides some framing for the reader that situates the type of object that he or she is about to read. These expectations arise from a set of conventions and enable the reader to discern variations and innovations. Genres can also be thought of as the mechanism through which an inherited tradition flows. The picaresque novel, for example, gestures to the history of this form. Texts signal how they desire to be read by adhering to the rules of the genre. Yet genres are also multiple. No text can be said to belong to a single genre. Rather, as the theorist Jacques Derrida writes, every text participates in one or several genres. What Derrida calls the law of genre states that a text is simultaneously both in and outside the genre in which it has announced itself. The classic works of the American Renaissance, Ralph Waldo Emerson's essays including Representative Men, Nathaniel Hawthorne's The Scarlet Letter and the House of Seven Gables, Herman Melville's Pierre and Moby Dick, Henry David Thoreau's Walden, and Walt Whitman's Leaves of Grass, all evidence the variety of prose, fiction, and poetic genres produced during this especially fertile period in American literary history. Each of these texts and authors participates in at least one of the major genres of the period. Emerson wrote poems and essays. Melville wrote travel narratives and fictional narratives. Hawthorne published books for children, short fictions he called twice-told tales, and romantic fictions. Thoreau is as well known today for his political essays as his autobiographical Walden. And Whitman, a journalist and printer, wrote political essays and short specimens of autobiography alongside his poetry. Our task as readers is to be attentive to the ways in which texts understand the conventions of a particular form, push up against genre boundaries, blend elements, and invent new formulations. We might wonder why a particular idea seems better suited to certain literary genres. We can ask why certain forms become dominant at particular times, or why an author might break the generic compact.